Yo, 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 what's good, fam? It's your boy BP, back in the place to be. Actually, this is actually my first video that I've recorded for posting on YouTube. My very, very, very dear family member, I consider her and her husband family members, Yoki Sturrup, my man D-Man, put up a challenge, a 5 and flee challenge. And what 5 firearms are you grabbing if you had to flee? I also saw my boy 2A in LA post something. Let this be known, this ain't that. I don't got it like that. I'm a practical, tactical kind of brother. Even though we both come from LA, crooked dubs, I don't got it like that. I'm practical, tactical. So every dollar has to go very, very far. So I think a lot about every dollar that I spend, as he does, and as Yoki and D-Man do as well. But I go for that mid-range practical reliability tip. So before we get started, let's say that I'm not a firearm expert. Every firearm in here has been unloaded, but we will test for that as we come on. We have our YouTube certified 2-round magazines that are around, but all these are unloaded. So, but if you do see a magazine, it is unloaded and it only holds 2 rounds. Don't take my advice, as it said. Go out and do your own research. This is stuff that I've tested, purchased myself, and tried it out, and train with your firearms at all times. Make sure you're getting that training in, getting that education in. One of my brothers at North Florida Tactical, easy to say, always says that there's no mission without medical, and I believe that 100%. If you don't have medical, what are you doing? You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. So you have to have medical. I've never had to use my firearm, but I've had to use my medical training countless times throughout my lifetime. Okay, so with that being said, there are 2 types you should have on board. One should be your boo-boo kit. You can buy these over the counter at any local pharmacy, store, grocery store. They're inexpensive. They have things like bandages, 2x2s. You can have some antiseptics in there, things to help prevent infection if you get a cut or a boo-boo. You can handle those easily. They have gloves and tape. So everybody should have this on board at all times. Throw it in your car, buy it, throw it in your car. If it's environment where the temperatures are varying frequently, switch out your gear, because stuff does expire, stuff does get old, and the elements have an effect on this. So get you a boo-boo kit, that's number 1. And then also get you something a little more substantial. Okay, this is Noir Armory, Tactical Medical. This is brother Brian Despinas out of Louisiana. He makes these kits. I purchased this. These are fantastic kits. If you don't have one, get you one. You're doing it wrong. And you're supporting a very, 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 very informed, educated brother who's doing a lot of good in his community. I was fortunate enough to be able to take a tactical combat medical course with him, and I am very impressed with what he's doing. And he does have an online presence. I advise you to check him out and what he's doing, because he's doing a lot of good work, and he understands the importance of being your own first provider. So this is one of those. I've added a couple of things. I have a staged tourniquet on here. I also have some additional supplies that I have. This is basically, I guess, considered a blowout kit. If something seriously happens where somebody's bleeding, you have extra tourniquets. You have a lot of other gear that he provides in here. Excellent gear. And at some point in the future, I'll go through this bag, but I've already rated it, tested it. This is an excellent kit. So you want to make sure that you get, Noir Tactical Consultants, Noir Armories kits. They have different sizes as well. So you don't have to get this one. This is, I think, the Dr. Drew kit here. You should know who Dr. Drew is. If you don't know who Dr. Drew is, you're doing it wrong. Go out and do some research. I'm not going to tell you at this time, but go out and do some research and check out this brother's site as well. So first aid and medical. Get your medical in order. So that's always staged in my car. That's always on me, so I don't really have to grab that. Another thing I don't really have to grab, I'm not going to count, is going to be my my ready to go belt. This is always either on me in a concealed carry, or it's in my car, truck, locked up, ready to go if I'm out and about. So this is a little belt. I have 2 additional magazines there. And I also have my 9mm PCC. I have a couple of those on there as well. So this is always ready to go. And that contains, let's make sure it's safe. This is safe and unloaded. Gonna drop the mag, safe, boom. And we are in a safe environment at this time. Okay. This is the MR920P. Shadow systems. All right, this is my everyday carry. This is compensated. It has a light on there. I'll probably do a review on this at some point in the near future. There's a Holosun 507C on there. I love this firearm. I am not a Glock guy, but I love this thing. It shoots accurately. It's light. I love the way the grip feels. It forces my hand up with that little lip there, ledge there, forces my hand so I have a tight grip. And every time I point, it's right there. You know, you co-witness with the sights that are on there. So for the money, I think this is a very good investment. And this is my EDC. So that's one of the things that I carry each and every day that's on me. So I'm not gonna count that for my 5. So all that stuff is not counted as stuff, but it's stuff you should have on board and on you at all times. Okay, I guess the first official thing that's gonna be on my list is probably gonna be my duty rifle. This right here. This is my IWI Zion. It's a 16-inch barrel, AR-15. I've added some things on there, but out of the box, this is a solid, dependable firearm. We're gonna, of course, make safe. This is empty. I have the magazine in there just for aesthetics. Okay, so you can see how that is. That's 16-inch barrel. Up front, let's go tip the butt like the Navy likes it. We're gonna have a quick detach kinetic device on here. So I can take this off in a second, boom, and put it on another firearm with my mag pull, a bipod on there. We have a Huxworks quick detach flash hider on there because it is suppressor ready. We have a Streamlight Pro TAC light on there, so you can see what you're looking at. And it's very, very price friendly, but also very effective. I love that. We have some Magpul 45-degree offset metal sights on there. Boom, boom, front and back. We have it also on this. We also have, you know, a foregrip, and this is a BCM foregrip. We have a sling. It's a Vickers Vickers tactical sling that's on there, because you always should have a sling to be able to secure your device. Up on top, full pick rail. We have the Holosun 503 and corresponding Holosun 3x optic that's on there, so you can get a little bit of distance and see a little bit further for those shots. I've taken this all the way out to 300 rounds with no problems whatsoever. Love this firearm. Love this firearm. I could probably shoot further with it, but I tend to shoot at 300. I have a Geisley trigger. I forget which one that is. I think that's the SSE, might be the SSA. It's a fantastic trigger. I have a Radian 45-degree. Actually, this is at 90. I have this one at 90. For a Radian safety, and a Geisley trigger, which is fantastic. Very little take up, boom, reset. It's right there, like 2 pounds, right there on both pull, the take up and the trigger pull. Then we have the Magpul, my favorite Magpul stock. It's on there. I put on a lot of my firearms. It has a storage capabilities, but this is something that I'm going to take with me. My duty rifle is light enough to where I can carry this for whatever issues that I face. So I'm always going to grab this, no matter what the situation is. If I have to evacuate and be gone forever, or am I, doing some recon where I'm going to be out for a period of time, I'm always going to grab this regardless of the situation. So that's number one. These two, it depends on the day. Next two, okay, these are lighter, up close primarily, something that's a little smaller, compact. And the first one that I have, excuse me for turning my back, this is the Strybog SP9A3. Okay, this is my baby. This is one of the things I love to shoot. You can get a lot of fire out in a short period of time. Okay, we're gonna also verify that this is safe before we go. Boom, lock back, it's empty, boom. This drops easily, and you're ready to go, boom. Love it, love this firearm. I've had this for quite a while, no RGG, my other partner, my other boy, my other man, loves this firearm as well. Tip the butt quickly, we have a tri-lug adapter, waiting for that Omega 9K to come in, should be any day, because I just filed for that actually this weekend. Up top, we have a light. I love that light up on top of there. We also have a Holosun 507G open emitter. Made some modifications on here. You have a Magpul angle stock or angle grip. Although this is SBR'd, I may put an Arasaka on there. But I just like that this has a protection from going too far forward ahead of the muzzle. And it also gives me some place to where I can secure it to my shoulder a lot easier. So I love this. Again, like I said, I have a light. We have sights. I do have a sling. This shares a sling with the other one I'm going to show you. We also have a stock on order for this. Although this out of the box, it works. I love this brace because it gives me a nice feel. And if I had to, you can easily deploy this and use this one-handed. So if I get into a situation, I can actually use that brace as it's intended and extend it out and get relatively accurate fire with this. So I kind of like having that on there. So I kept it on there for quite a while. I've put a lingo lower on here. We'll go more in depth on all this. We have the Geissele trigger on there. Also the Reading Raptor 4590 is on there. Change the Magpul grip to a K2. And this thing goes. Internal buffer also from HB Industries is also in there. So this thing can go. We have the modified charging handle that's on there as well. So I love having this high rate of fire, up close and personal. And once I get the silencer or the suppressor on there, it's going to be super, super nice using subsonic rounds. So that's one that I have on there. And I consider this 1A. Excuse me, as I turn again. And now we have 1B. This right here. If you had asked me before this weekend, I probably would have said that would have been one by itself. But I've tested this out. This is my Aero Precision 300 Blackout build. Take a look at that. It does have a Huxworks can on it, a 762 Ventum, and shoots very, very well. I could put this on my 300 Blackout, my 762 by 39. That's why they all have the Huxworks muzzle devices. I put this on my 308, which I have, and I've shot all my firearms that I have. Mostly I have 30 cal, so this is very quiet. And in fact, when I was testing with my shooting brothers out at the range, the 5.56, when it shoots out of a 5.56, it's quieter than dedicated 5.56 cans, to be honest. We have our light up front, again, Streamlight Protec. We have backup sights, Magpul pop-up sights right there, okay. We have a 6R Romeo 5 on there because this is up close, so we have that red dot up on top. We have a Magpul MS1 sling on there, which both these, this one and the Strybog I use between. I can only sling one at a time, so this goes back and forth between that. We're gonna drop the mag, again, let's make it sure it's safe. We have a Reading Raptor charging handle on this as well. That's like my default charging handle that I use on these. I like having those on there, so that's what I use. That's what I like. That's what I use. This also has a Geisley trigger. This is the combat trigger, I believe, and it's curved, and it 2-pound uptake. I love it. Love having that. Okay, we have a MacBook SL stock on there, and that's pretty much what we have here. Air position upper and lower. Actually, I think this was courtesy of RGB. I don't know, I never win, but I think that's where this one came from. It's upper and lower, and I made modifications on there, of course. I added some things on there as well. So that's 1B. Okay, excuse me. Whoa. Let's be careful. All right, the next thing, up close and personal. Sometimes you got to get up close and personal. Sometimes you got to step out and show. Well, y'all know the rest. This one is my Beretta 1301 Tactical. Beretta 1301 Tactical. But you say BP, that doesn't look like my 1301 Tactical. Well, because it's not your 1301 Tactical. This is my 1301 Tactical. Do you, boo? So this is mine. I made some modifications on this. I shot it for a while without anything, but let's tip the butt again. We have the buck kicker choke device, which helps you to get a little tighter group. All the way out to 40 yards, you get very, very good groups. I primarily use 4 buck for home defense. This is my home defense weapon, or up close and personal. You can use double op buck, and it still patterns very, very well out to 40 yards, extremely well. But test your, if you get one of these, test what you use on your firearm. We have a Streamlight. Actually, is that a Streamlight? I can't even see. That's a Streamlight TLR1HL. This on there. This foregrip is a Briley foregrip. I like to go thumb over bore, and this allows me to do that without getting burned by using the barrel, because it will get hot. You can also add other devices on there. I may add some other stuff on there, but we'll see in the near future. I like it the way it's configured now. We have a shell saver, match saver on there. This has very nice controls. Everything's large and easy to get to. And that's what I love about this firearm. I love it, I love it, I love it. Chrome line interior, so it makes it nice and smooth. Like I said, very good controls. I did put a MacBook SGA stock on there with a riser, because for my face shape, that's like absolutely perfect. It comes out perfectly, and that's the maximum height cheek riser that I have on there. I think it's 0.75 inches. So this, and of course, this is a blue alpha gear sling that's on there. You gotta have a sling. And the Nordic Industries, that's on the front of there. This is the old Nordic Industries device. I know the new ones come out, and they have a little bit of a different, they're plastic. And there have been some issues with the plastic slipping. These are metal Nordic Industries. That's an aftermarket piece, so that's that. And like I said, up close, personal, excuse me. Okay, next thing, we're gonna go a little bit further out. Actually, let's go further out and then bring it back in. Excuse me as I turn around. Excuse me while I whip this out. This is my CMMG 308 Resolute. I love this firearm. I've gotten this out to 500 yards very, very accurately, because that's the longest range that I have access to. But this is very, very, very accurate, and uses a 308 round. I love, love, love going to the range and shooting this, because it's just a fun shoot. It's very dependable so far. Gotta make sure the magazine's empty. Gotta make sure. Okay, but everything is safe. This has their brake on there that helps control some of that muzzle rise, but this sucker is loud. As I stated, I can thread on that Huxworks on here. I have done that. I don't have the Huxworks device on here yet, but I'm going to purchase one of those because I think I want to just be able to quickly change that device if I need to. It says the UTG overbore bipod on there. I love that. We have a Vortex 1 to 8, I believe, with a bubble chamber indicator. Make sure that that's on there. Make sure you're level, bubble leveler. This shoots extremely well, like I said. Again, we have the Magpul stock on the rear. The B5 stock is on the rear. This is the B5. I love that as well. And it's just a fun shoot. I love this thing. I really do. Shoots extremely well. I wish I could shoot it more, but getting out to the 500-yard range is something that takes a little bit of extra work for me. But that's what that is. I'd want to get out to 1,000 yards, so there's a couple things. I am going to buy the 6.5 Creedmoor upper for this, so it can stretch its legs. But in current configuration, 500 yards is easy work on this thing. So this is for my long range, a little bit heavier hitter. That's what this is. So that's another one. Excuse me again. And the last one is one of my favorites. You don't see any of my Zastafas here, and that hurts my feelings because I love the Zastafa products, but if I'm going to be practical, tactical, I want something that's, you know, fills multiple roles, has kind of a do-all, kind of a heavy hitter. You can still use it up close and personal. You can do a lot of different things with it. And for me, 300 yards and in is going to be most of my engagements. I want that 7.6239. I love the AK. This is an AK variant. This is the Galil Ace Gen 2. This is considered to me to be an AK variant. I love my AKs. This is that AK variant. The Israelis went out and did it, you know, added some other usability features, which make this a fantastic firearm. So I love having this. This is a little bit heavier than an AR. So if I'm out patrolling, I'm probably gonna have my AR. But if I'm on a short patrol or short term, I'm gonna, you know, grab this because this can do a little bit of everything. And it does have the Huxworks muzzle device and shoots very quietly with that Huxworks 7.62 Ventum. It has the Cloud Defense Rain 3.0 on there. Has, of course, the BCM. I love having that BCM on there. You know, it has the pad up on top. I think this is the only one where I have the pad actually up on top. This currently has the Zastava metal mags, but everything feeds and loads through there very easily. And this has the Meprolite aiming device, red dot. That's actually a green dot, and the 3x magnifier, so you can get some distance on there. This has the Meprolite actually backup sights on there, which have very, the front side especially, has the tritium or the glowing dots on there. So you can really see it well at night. They light up really well at nighttime. So those are on there as well. And then I have their normal stock on there, which has kind of the same configuration as the Magpul when I'm looking at it. But, and it does fold. I'm not gonna fold it now. This does fold to a smaller package, folds to the side, and makes it a little bit more compact. I like it that everything on here is ambi, except for the mag release. The mag release is, of course, the paddle, so I guess that's kind of ambi. You can hit it from both sides. The safety, you have both sides, boom, boom, if you're used to the AK style. But this is a fantastic firearm, and this was on my wish list for a long time before I decided to go ahead and buck up and get this. So I think that's my 5. That's my 5. You need to go out and get your 5, so you can determine, you know, what you want to do and what your issues are or what your situations may be. So that's pretty much it. I want to thank Yoki. I want to thank D-Man, also my brother 2A in LA, for putting theirs up and motivating me to kind of put mine out there. But as of today, for overall general situations, stuff hitting the fan, you know, long term, short term. I think these are 5 very versatile firearms that can handle pretty much anything that you throw at them. So that's going to be it. We'll talk to you later. Everybody be good, peace, and stay dangerous. Out. Out.